Hey everybody, it's Cindy here, and I thought I would continue the conversation about keeping our relationships full of many more positive interactions than negative interactions. I don't know if you've seen it. If not, please go back and look at yesterday's video and last week's one about our relationship ratio because research indicates that couples that stay together and report being satisfied in the long term are those who have at least 20 positive experiences and interactions with their partner versus one negative one. So, on a ratio of 20 to 1 or higher. And those that have 5 or less positive interactions per negative interaction or lower are those that end up breaking up, divorcing, or ending their relationships in whatever format. So I've been discussing this, and I want to take it even just give a few more quick tips on really nurturing those relationships and raising those positive experiences between you. One of the things I want you to consider today is that you not to assume that conflict is mandatory. That conflict is mandatory just because you're in a relationship or even a long-term relationship. It really, conflict, what we label conflict doesn't necessarily have to be a traumatic or difficult experience. I think we often expect it, I think we often assume it, and that can be a mistake. Consider yourself lovers, not fighters. Lovers, not fighters. So when there is something that needs to be discussed, remember there's lots of options. You can agree to disagree on many things. Many things you don't have to come to some consensus about, and you can simply, you understand your partner understands you, but you're not on the same page with it. And so there might be other ways to work through or work out logistics that might exist around a certain subject that you can still agree to disagree on. The other thing is to remember that being kind is more important than being right all the time. I mean, you can argue till the cows come home about something to prove yourself that you're right, but at the end of the day, have you won the battle but lost the war? I mean, it doesn't, your perspective is your perspective. Their perspective is their perspective. If you have to make yourself right, that means you have to make them wrong. And that is opposition. That brings stress, negative experiences. Where's the positive in that? But if you can choose to be kind and just drop something that's not that important or not even bring it up in the first place if it's not that important and choose kindness instead, then you're stacking up the positive interactions between the two of you. Another way to approach what might be considered conflict or whatever is to look at it's you and your partner approaching a problem, not you and he have this problem or you and she have this problem. Or you have a problem with her, or she or he has a problem with you, but rather it's you two as a team working against the problem or working to solve the problem. So, in other words, you two are here together as a unit approaching this issue over here. And so it kind of it puts you two in a team situation instead of separated by an issue between you. Does that make sense? So it's a lot of this is all in how you look at it and how badly you want to have a healthy, happy relationship that really works, that works well, and feels really good. The other thing is I want you to catch your partner doing things well and doing things that feel good to you, and show gratitude all the time. I mentioned this yesterday. I can't say it enough. We often are quiet when things are going well. We usually don't say anything because we think, okay, good, everything's fine. I don't need to say anything. But if we take an opposite approach, excuse me, and think, wow, when something's going well and I like what I'm seeing and I appreciate it, I'm going to say a lot. I'm going to load that up, give it lots and lots and lots of attention. Because when you show gratitude toward your partner, they're far more likely to feel encouraged and keep up, being aware of things that are important to you and being thoughtful in similar ways. Because we all like praise, right? We like to be appreciated. We like it when our partner says, hey, thank you so much, or wow, that was awesome, or you're so amazing that you did that. Thank you so much. We all like to hear that, right? And it's fun to say it to our partner too. So set yourself up by really keeping an eye out for things that are important to you, that you enjoy or appreciate about them. Maybe things they've been doing for years and they do it just so naturally that you've kind of taken it for granted. That's really natural, excuse me. That's really natural to do that. But if we want to stack up our positive experiences really high in a relationship and really nurture our relationship, then we want to point them out over and over and over and over again. You cannot be too thankful or appreciative of your life partner. You just can't. You cannot overdo this. This is something you cannot overdo, and it will. The benefits of it for both of you and everyone around you will be amazing. So keep finding things every day to be thankful for in your partner. I say to people, to look at your partner as the most precious piece of glass or china or gold or something. Think of him or her as this very precious, precious thing in your life. I know a person's not a thing, but you know what I mean. And so what do we do when we have our most breakable item, let's say in our dining room or our kitchen or wherever, we're careful around it, right? We're very careful. We protect it. We watch out for it. We treat it delicately. We admire it. We appreciate it. We enjoy it. We don't roughhouse around it. We don't get negligent around it. We're very aware of it. And so I want you to treat your partner like that, like they're the most precious thing in your life. And hopefully they actually are. I hope this isn't a stretch for your imagination. When I think of my partner and other people, the people that I love in my life, I think, oh my gosh, I wouldn't hurt them on purpose for anything, not for anything. Now, I've hurt people. I definitely have in my relationships. I've hurt their feelings, or, I've not put my best foot forward at times or whatever, but I would never intentionally set out to hurt the people I love because they're so precious. And so we want to keep that kind of, that kind of thought process and priority in our minds all the time, and really delight in the people in our lives that we love the most, and our partners and so forth. And then number one thing is to be good to yourself. Take really good care of yourself so you can show up as your best self in your relationship. Because when you care for yourself and love yourself and give to yourself and let yourself live the life you most want and feel good about, then the ripple effect is it's easier for you to give out the love within you. We can't give out what we don't have. And so the more you love yourself and give yourself grace and kindness and forgive yourself and appreciate yourself, the more you're going to be able to ooze that out into your partnership with the other person and share the love that you have inside yourself, which only adds to those positive experiences. That'll play out in lots of wonderful ways. So have fun together, be lovers, not fighters, and change your mindset to realize that just because you're in a relationship with someone, even if it's a long-term one, doesn't mean that it has to involve arguing or conflict or upset or anything. That there's lots and lots of ways to approach those topics or issues that come up that are less easy for us to deal with, that don't have to be a problem at all. Instead, it can be a bonding experience to getting that team mentality and say, okay, you and me again we're together, we're gonna approach this and we're gonna make the best of it. And that can be a bonding, growing experience. So I hope these tips have been helpful. Let me know, and I will wish you a wonderful day and talk to you again soon. Bye bye.